It's not a family show, but we got to talk about it. Because although she is controversial now and a little problematic when we look back, we must talk about Miss Tyra Lynn Banks.
Mm.
And the way she started the groundbreaking show, America's Next Top Model. That show was everything to me for at least 8 seasons.
Yes.
I would not miss it. We would have
No.
watch parties at home. We would sit there. I remember when Eva won, and I was
Yeah.
on my way to the club on a Wednesday night. It was college night at the club, and I was already dressed, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave right after
I
this
gotta
go
see.
off.
Right. I gotta see.
I jumped up and down so hard I cracked my heel, girl.
What?
My favorite boots went. They was from Charlotte Bruce, so that's probably why they broke. But
That's why.
they were no Christian Louboutins. But did you love America's Next Top Model as a fashion girly?
I did. I loved it so much. Shout out to Tyra and Mr. and Mrs. J.
Period.
I
Nigel.
loved and Mr. Nigel Barker with his amazing eye. Unpopular opinion, I wanted Yaya to win over
It was either
Eva.
way.
Either
Okay.
way, Eva the Diva kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But seeing Miss Takara Jones, I still stand Takara Jones. I still follow Takara Jones. Don't know why I know why she was considered plus size, but I just remember seeing Takara and just thinking, oh my God, there I am. And I got caught up in the moment. I was going to be a model too. I went and signed up for John Casablanca's modeling agency in school in Maryland. Shout out to you if you got scammed by them like I did. But I was ready to hit somebody's runway and take pictures, and you could not tell me that I was not Takara Jones and I was going to be a plus size model too. But that show, okay, we knew what modeling was. We kind of knew what it entailed, but it just taught me so much. I think it taught all of us so much. And it was entertaining. Again, they took a bunch of strangers, put them in the house, and let's film them and see what happens. But on the flip side of that, let's send them on these crazy competitions and take pictures of them. And there was some beautiful, beautiful women on that show. And just all the different ideas. Like, shout out to Tyra Banks. She's the legend, icon, GOAT. That show was everything. I loved it.
It was.
Loved it.
And Black women reign supreme on that show.
Yes.
From obviously the creator, but when you break down each season, the Black women carried.
Yes.
Okay. Ebony
Absolutely.
and Robin in the first season. We got Mercedes and Camille in the second season. We got Yaya, Takara, and Eva in the third season carrying. Like Naima, she won in the first season.
I love Naima.
Detroit, shout out to Detroit.
Androgynous. Yeah. Like, I learned a word and I love it.
Androgynous.
Because she was so androgynous. Like, I was a stan, still am a stan. Looking back on it, yes, it was some problematic moments. The whole thing with Tiffany,
the race changing, and Tiffany.
Like,
okay, let me say this. That was Tyra having her Diddy moment.
Yep.
And she would not have gone off on that girl if she was not. If she wouldn't, who was she standing next to? Like Rebecca, the one that fainted. She wouldn't have went off on her like that. Because Tiffany didn't do anything. All she did was like, girl, don't cry for me. It's okay. This girl has been through so much. She ain't got no lights on when she go home. She's not about to cry about this. If you eliminate me, Yeah, I'm sad, but what do you want me to do?
What you want me to do? Beg you to let me stay?
It was such a mean girl moment to me for Tyra. And she was taking things personal. And it's like, well, if you wanted her to stay so bad, girl, make her stay. You got the power.
You got the power.
Price her out and humiliate her. I didn't like that.
I didn't like it either. I hated it. I hated it.
Absolutely hated it.
I hated
Absolutely
it.
hated it. And I hate it even more when I watch it now.
Yes. I was gonna
That's,
say it's worse now. Like I scroll by it because people feel like that's such an iconic moment, and for me, that was like the show, one of the show's worst moments. I'm not
mm-hmm,
a fan of that clip and the I was rooting for you.
mm-hmm.
No, no, you weren't.
How
Obviously,
dare you,
exactly. And you're still
girl?
mumbling and talking. You be quiet, girl.
Yeah.
What? Who told you to do that? What producer told you that to do that? Or did you just pull rank and say, like you said, I'm gonna have a Diddy moment and this is my show and I'm gonna cut up real quick?
Yeah. To me, I used to look at it like, she started her talk show, I want to say the year after that, and she was going through her breakup with Chris Webber.
Okay,
I think she was stressed.
probably.
Not an excuse.
No.
But I do think, because right after that, I remember hearing about her breakup, and I remember hearing about
Mhm,
the show starting, and I was like, she probably was under a lot of
mhm,
pressure. But to take it out on that girl, I just did not think it was right. And then when she
mhm.
would talk about her again, she's like, well, I just did it because I cared about you. And I just did
No.
it. Like, nah, girl, you humiliated
Mm-mm.
another Black girl who really, Tiffany was great. She was beautiful. But was she mentally ready for a competition like that? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
So,
think so. I felt like Tiffany was kind of immature. And it was like, if I
mhm,
get it, I get it. Like, I don't think she became a student of the process. Like, she was just, riding along. If I get a good picture, good. If I don't, oh well. Like, it gave, oh well.
yeah.
Um,
She didn't know her
Because
worth.
you didn't see the elevation or the growth in her. So fair that she got eliminated. But ma'am, you didn't do this to nobody else that got eliminated. Like, why are you? And when my mother yells at me, it's because
Yeah.
she loves me. Well, boo, you not my mother. And we on TV. So give me my picture or get a girl her picture and let me go pack my things. Like, what?
Here you go. What do you want from me? Yeah,
You
it
want me
was
to get
just
on my knees and beg? Because that's not happening. You got the wrong one. Shout out to
it.
Tiffany. We got your back, girl.
Shout out to Tiffany. I did see something recently where they were talking. They got some of the models back from Top Model who had
Mhm,
issues with Tyra, and I think I saw it on Hulu, and she was talking about that situation
mhm.
because
Yeah.
she was like, F that,
Yes.
Kenya, they made her the same season, they made her seem so fat. They put her
Mhm.
as the elephant and as
Yeah.
gluttony and
I
so
hated
many
it.
things. I was
I
like,
hated it.
now I was mad
I
when
hated the
it was
way.
the Mandela thing. She didn't know if he was still alive or not. But now I look at it and it's like the Mandela effect. Remember how people think
Yeah,
that he remember him dying? So maybe it was that. But
maybe.
I didn't like that.
The way they did to Car too was like so wrong.
Hmm.
Didn't somebody like stick her with a pin or something? And I don't
Yes.
know.
And
They could
then,
never find nothing cute for her to wear. Like, y'all, she's a size 12 at the most. Like, and I couldn't, like, looking back on it, I'm like, plus size where, girl? But back then, like, she was considered big or whatever. Like,
she had
I don't
really big
know.
boobs though. Them
And
boobs
she
wasn't
had really big
no,
boobs. I think
no
that's what it
sample
was. It was
size.
her boobs, and they're still big to this day.
Yeah.
Like I follow her, and she's still gorgeous. She just did a shoot with Derek Blanks where they were like,
Ooh.
I can't even describe it, but it was so cool. It was like they were walking and like snatching their clothes, and it was like changing. Like every time
Ooh.
they snatched or whatever, their outfit would change, but it would be outfit, hair, jewelry, like everything changed. And then they jumped in a pool, but then it was kind of like reversed or whatever. I don't know. It was so dope. You have to go look at
Ooh.
it.
Yes, you're gonna have to send that
But
to
it was
me.
it was everything. I was like, you better work Takara. She's still everything. She's still
Takara was
everything.
was great. I mean, if I could have it my way, they would have been the top three. Yaya, Eva,
Yes.
and Takara, because
And
they were the
Takara.
best.
They
They were the
were.
best.
She was so pretty.
The blind girl, Amanda, she was good too. I'll give her that. She came
I
in
can't even
third.
remember her.
She had
Yeah.
the ice
Blonde
blonde
hair.
hair. And
Yeah.
she was like,
Hmm.
I'm blind. I'm gonna be legally blind. Blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
time.
that's right.
I want to see
Yes.
my son's face and his smile.
Yes.
But She was good too, but no, I would have had them be
No.
the top 3. But of course,
Yes.
racism. Because there's no reason why Takara should have gotten
Mm-mm.
eliminated.
And
Now
shout
they
out to CoverGirl. Like I
yeah.
felt like ANTM. I think at first, like all they did got was like a cover of a magazine or something and some money. But like to be able to see those girls working after the show, or actually like seeing the CoverGirl ads that they shot on the show in a magazine, was so dope to me. Um, and then well, I can't remember what season she was on, but she won. The girl Danny that had the gap.
Danny. And she
She
said, "How do
won.
you think you're gonna see it? Hey, easy breezy, easy for cover girl." And then widen the white girl's gap 2 seasons later. Like, oh,
Right.
Tyra.
Make up your mind. But I shop at like New York and Company. That's been like my staple store probably since high school when it used to be called Learners. But
Ooh, learners. I remember.
Learners.
You took it back.
So, but like Danny still models for them. So it's
Mhm.
like I don't know how much she getting paid, but she's mama is still working and she's
Yeah.
still beautiful. She's still pretty. Like so I just love to see it. Miss Eva is still working. Like I said, Takara is still working. Yaya is an
Yeah,
actress
still working.
now.
She played Whitney
And
Houston.
so she period played Whitney Houston and I think she did pretty good. She did okay.
Yeah, she did okay. She did
She did
okay.
okay.
I just think it's Lifetime.
It's
So
Lifetime. I was about to say for Lifetime, she did okay.
yeah, she didn't have
But
much to work with, but to me, she looked the most like her out of all the girls that have played her. And I think Gabrielle Dennis, I could still call her Janae from the game. She
hmm
embodied her the best.
yes, she did.
But
Yep.
she just didn't look like her, but
She doesn't look like her.
at all.
But yeah.
But she
Shout
played
out
it.
to Tyra.
Yes, shout out. Yeah, shout out to Tyra. But I wish that she would have kept Kimura. Well, I know Kimura left, but I wish Kimura could have stayed a judge.
Stayed as a
I think,
judge.
yeah, I
I
think
think so
Kimura
too.
would have been really, really dope. There's so many iconic Black women that came from America's Next Top Model, and so many moments. They thought
hmm
Robin was plus size, which I look back and I'm like, Robin got the best body out of everybody.
Everybody.
Her body was
Crazy.
sickening. Okay.
Mm,
We got to know
crazy.
Miss J, which
Yeah.
we would have never known his whole
Never.
history. He is the man behind Naomi Campbell's walk. Like
The
Naomi Campbell
Naomi Campbell walk.
walk across the room
Mm,
like Naomi Campbell. Okay.
period.
He helped all the greats with
All the
their walk
girls.
style, and he is just still thriving. He doesn't look like he aged a day since the show.
No, he doesn't.
Kind of weird because I saw him in old Studio 54 footage in like
Oh
full
wow.
drag. And I was like, is that
hmm
Miss J? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
how old that man
crazy.
is. But
Right. We'll never know.
yes, but I loved him.
Me
Um,
too.
so shout out to Tyra for introducing us to all those women
All
and
the fashion world, period.
the fashion world. So let's get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, the iconic RHOA.
Yeah.
And I know you said this is your favorite, so you probably watched it from the first episode to now. It has changed so much,
So
yet
much.
kind of stayed in the same kind of way, but
Mhm.
not. People have changed. I mean, the first season, the way that they dressed on the reunion, they had on leggings.
And the long tunic sweaters with their Louboutin boots, but they were dressed in how everybody dressed back then. Because what was that? 2008,
Eight,
9,
yeah.
2008 or 9,
What's the name had on a
somewhere
vest?
around there.
She looked like a
But
matron.
they were groundbreaking and iconic. Like I don't think I ever saw Black luxury on display
Mm-hmm.
like I did when RHOA first came out. Miss Deshawn Snow was my everything because it was like, oh, I want to be her when I
Really?
grow up. Just her lifestyle, the way she lived.
Okay.
She had the house manager and the salon in the basement
Yes.
and the beautiful mansion. Like I just thought she was the prettiest and the best dressed on the show at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Deshawn Snow. She was boring. Of course, Nene was my favorite just because of how she was, and just that first episode when like she was getting ready for Kim's party or whatever, and she was telling the makeup artist, "I want my eyelashes and my lips
Yeah, lips
busting."
busting.
Yes, lips busting, like all of that was just like everything to me. But just seeing like how when they used to shop and stuff, they used to put the price like on the screen. Like it was like
Yes, they
lifestyles of the
do.
rich and famous for me. So it
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
I love that like about the first, because I didn't know black people spent money like that before. I mean, I
Mm,
guess like celebrities or whatever, but not
right. Yeah, but just like
regular people
mm,
spending money like that. I just thought it was so cool. And then once I moved to Atlanta, like I had always been a fashion girly, but like we were just talking about, like whatever, jeans and a t-shirt to go wherever if I'm not going anywhere. But moving down here, like going to my son's basketball games, and all the moms like had on their skinny jeans and their platform stiletto shoes and the bag on their arm. I'm like, we at the 10-year-olds basketball games, like y'all
right.
take this real Housewives of Atlanta stuff like real serious down here, because the moms were like, I was like, oh, well, let me set my game up. I got on a sweater and some jeans and the Uggs, and I thought I was cute, but I guess not. Like in Atlanta,
Mhm.
they don't play in
Yeah,
Atlanta, whether you go into the grocery store, to your son's game or the club or work, like everybody was dressed to the nines with their full wealth on display. So I couldn't wait to get my first Louis Vuitton purse, and just I don't know. I just loved it. I loved everything about it in the beginning. I feel like it changed for the worse over the years. I won't say it changed for the worse. They got lazy. They
yeah.
felt like they had a formula and they kind of tried to stick with that formula. But it's like, how many times can we watch these ladies go to lunch and argue at lunch about something stupid? Like
Yeah,
it got old.
I agree. I love the seasons where they took away. Okay, I want to say shout out to Deshawn Snow because I've never heard anyone say that she was their favorite. So,
I love her.
and I'm not trying to be shady at all, but I
No,
love
I get it. Because
people.
she was boring, but I felt like she was the
Yeah.
most like me, I guess I would say. She had her
Mm,
little
say it, girl.
foundation, and she was running the household, and her husband was getting on her about her spending. Like that it was me. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
Fair.
first thing, she was boring. She didn't make for good
Yeah.
TV, but because then Nene, like her and Nene were I will say were my favorite, because I did tune in for Nene, but just Sean Snow's lifestyle and everything about her was definitely me seeing
She
myself,
was
or at
more
least
on
my future
brand.
self.
She
Yes,
was more on brand for the show. I think they could have gave her a second season, but
they could have
I
gave
don't
her
know.
one more chance.
Yeah, I don't know if they let her go or if her marriage started to crumble.
Hmm.
But I know that she and Eric are divorced.
Yeah,
Um, I
and she
liked
looks
Lisa
amazing
Good.
now, by the way,
She
too.
was. Oh yeah,
She
she
looks
looks
so
real
good.
good now. She looks good.
Hmm. With that
Um,
shortcut, I love
Kim
it.
got on my nerves. Kim
Yes,
got on
always.
my nerves. She was necessary for the drama because she was a good person to go back and forth with Nene.
Yeah,
So I'll give her that. But she got on my nerves. She gets on my nerves to this day. Whatever. But would I welcome her back on the show? Absolutely, because her world is a train wreck right now with
right
Corey.
now.
And girl, I want to see
I was
what you
about to
do.
say, I want to see.
You
I'm
know
not praying on nobody's downfall, but ma'am,
exactly.
you got real big for your britches. So I would love to see how you're handling things now, because you married Croy and was like, you know what? Oh, y'all can't sit with
Don't need
me.
this. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
now,
Hey, big Papa. Sorry.
no, Nene did Kim better than Kim. Nene did Kim better than Kim. Period. With that wig, that plastic Barbie doll wig,
She used to gather Kim up. Okay. Bye,
baby,
wig.
bye wig.
Poke these two
Close
eyeballs
your
out.
legs to married men. Close your legs to married men. Oh,
Excuse me.
you
Wow.
heard me. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it.
Woo! When her
I
and
loved
I
it.
think it was like season, I don't know, season 10, when her and when Kenya was like, "Can I move to that side in the reunion?" And she sat by Nene and they tag team.
Yes.
Ooh, I love
Got her all the way
her and
together.
Kenya get together and get along.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
I don't like when they fight, but I like
No.
when Nene and Kenya are getting along and they tag team somebody. It's
Ooh,
the
you better watch out.
best because they can read people for filth.
Yes, they
And
can. And so
I
could
got
Miss
so many
Phaedra
friends.
Parks.
Yeah, okay. So I have Phaedra. This is why I don't like Phaedra. Now, is Phaedra good TV? Yes, but Phaedra came out the gate lying, and I
Yes.
really don't like liars.
Don't like that.
I just don't. I don't. I
Saying
don't
the
like
truth.
liars. Yeah, and it was like she reminds me of somebody I know. Maybe that's
Mm-hmm.
why, because
Mm-hmm.
those people who are just like into church, quote
Mm.
unquote. I'm saying they want that persona. She wanted to be
They
the
want
Southern
that
Belle. She
persona
wanted to be that, so she lied. Like, girl, we can do math. You got pregnant before you got married.
before you
It's
got married. So what?
great. You married to him now. Who cares? And even if you didn't, who cares? But you are a grown woman with your own career. If your mama can't take that, then you're on the wrong show. But you're gonna lie to
Exactly.
all these women at a
On
Mother's
national
Day
TV.
brunch. At a Mother's Day brunch. Now you've had 3 children. I've had one. Girl, you know how far along you are to the weeks.
And you don't want to tell nobody that you got pregnant before you got married, but you're gonna sit on national TV and lie with your mouth full of food. Girl, I don't know what I am, cause
Yeah.
I might be. They gonna take this baby, cause he's sitting on my bladder. I might be 7 months. I might be 6 months. But girl, she was chewing on that food like swallow first.
They said they will if his lungs are fully functioning. Like, no, they're not. No doctor is about to induce you at no 32 weeks.
And Nene hit the head nail on the head. It's chicks
Hey
in the
girl.
hood that don't know who they got pregnant by, but know what they got pregnant when they baby do. Like, come
Yes.
on now, stop it,
She said, shut up.
stop
That's
it.
so stupid.
That's so stupid.
That was
Mama Joyce was at that lunch.
she
Shout out to
lied to
Mama
a bunch
Joyce.
of mothers. That was
Yes.
just crazy to me. How did you
And
lie
then
to a
got in that limousine and called Peter dirty.
oh yeah.
Insinuated because she was like, "Oh no, I need my man clean. He don't have no kids." Well, I got 10 kids. So what? I'm dirty. Like what? Phaedra was something else,
Yes. And
and the
that's why I
downfall of
didn't
Phaedra.
he was trying to be like elitist over
Elite.
people, and I
Yep.
didn't like that. I
No.
didn't like I saw the episode the other day where Cynthia is modeling, and this is her first time seeing her model. And she got in that bathing suit, and her,
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia got a donkey donk,
Oh,
and she
don't.
had a nice body, and she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Ooh, it was cottage cheese or something." She said about her, but I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Why is she hating on Cynthia?
A hater.
You are." I mean, what's the name? Say short and stout, bitch.
Who said that to her? I can't remember who said it, but yes. Dang, did they say that to her or Candy? I
Oh,
don't
she
know,
knows it
but it
to
fits.
Candy. But either one,
It
that it
fits.
does
It
fit. They talked
fits.
about her in that green workout outfit when she was doing the donkey booty.
Doing her workout video, a mess,
Girl,
a mess.
yeah, that's why I don't care for Phaedra. And that
Mm-hmm.
lie that she told on Candy was
Ooh,
too far for me.
yeah, that
Too
was
far.
too far.
If you are a Candy fan, shout out to Candy Burris. If you are a Candy fan, then you know that her brother was killed by a drunk driver. And that is
Mm-hmm.
why she does not drink. She does not smoke.
Mm-hmm.
She's traumatized by that. That happened when she was about
Mm-hmm.
16. She's
Mm-hmm.
traumatized.
Yeah.
So for her to be her friend, and this is her friend before Housewives,
Yep.
because with Phaedra, there's an episode of Phaedra on Tiny and Toya.
I didn't know that.
Go back and look.
Mm-hmm.
And she ain't acting like saved holy Phaedra, but whatever. Um, so this is your friend, and Candy never sold her out as far as her like your friend get down and dirty, but you like, oh girl, if you want to have that persona, I ain't gonna.
Right.
For her to say that was disgusting.
It was horrible.
I'll never forgive her for that.
And for a check, like you trying to contrive and make up something to make for good TV. Like that's where it kind of started to fall off for me, because it was
Yeah,
like,
it's too far.
y'all are making up stories. Like before you start filming, it's like you're writing down a script and you're coming up with what you're gonna do for, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I don't know, I didn't like it. I hated it. And again, that lie, like Candy said, like I first of all, I have kids that are gonna see this one day. And then I have businesses and a brand to maintain. And you a lawyer and you gonna defame me like that? Of
That's
rape, of drugging somebody and taking them back to my, and as much as I'm free and open and talk about sex on this show, like if I had a sex dungeon, like I would be telling everybody, I would show everybody, like it wouldn't be anything that I would be trying to hide from people. So you just, and Portia got on my nerves too, because Portia, you knew.
yeah.
She was
I mean,
phony. She was fake
what did
crying.
what did Nene say? You know, freaking fraud. They're declassing the show. I
Yep.
agree with that because
Yep.
I think Portia was playing stupid, but I
Yep.
think that Phaedra's smart enough to know what cards to play, and she knew that she had to do something to take the smoke and the attention off of what she was going through legally with Apollo, because you cannot tell me that that woman did not know everything Apollo was
No.
doing.
No,
You
she
can't.
knew.
I'm not married. You're married. So if your husband is doing a whole bunch of stuff like that financially, you gonna know some stuff. Where is his money
Something.
coming from? You know what I'm saying? He was like,
Exactly.
I spend $8,000 a night at the strip club. You gonna know if your husband's spending $8,000 a night at the strip club, aren't you?
Period.
You got mad
Absolutely. I'm
real
gonna
quick.
know.
You say, wait.
Girl, because it's just like, what you said, like Nene said, you sound stupid. Because even if you
Mhm.
didn't know what he was doing, like he don't have a work number, he don't have a work address, like you've never been by the office. Now, my husband worked for the government, and I've never been to Fort Gordon in Augusta, Georgia, but I know where he's at. I know the
Mhm.
address, I know the phone number. Like I know that it's actually Fort Gordon where he is for 8 hours, sometimes 12 a day. Like you can't tell me you didn't know where he worked and where his money was coming from. And you're gonna ask some questions. I know
Exactly.
I am, and you spending 8,000 a night at the strip club, sir. And I live where? And my house look like what? Like, huh? Something
No.
in the milk was not clean, and she knew about it, just like that lady said in that book. She knew about it. She was the ringleader.
Ooh,
She was
yeah,
part of it. She was part of it, but she was an
girl. I
attorney and
didn't
she
know you
was
knew about
smart.
Angela Stanton's book, because I do too. I believe everything. I don't believe that lady
I
is lying.
believe every word. I believe
Mm,
every word. And that's why that lady was still able to sell that book, because she was given her own personal account of
yep.
who she met, when, where, how, and what she did.
And she could have
So,
easily
and I'm
sued her for defamation if it wasn't true.
exactly. And I'm mad that Bravo let her come back on Married to Medicine, because she was not, like, you lied again. Like, you still lying. Because they let her back on Married to Medicine saying that she was married to a doctor, but she was on there for the whole season and never produced a man, never went on a date, never, like, what? Like, Bravo. Y'all that
Mm.
desperate?
Yeah,
Like, Andy, what
I
she
fear
know
that she's
about
gonna
you?
come back to Real Housewives.
RHOA, because Candy's gone, and I don't want her to. I don't want
I
her
don't
to.
either.
I'll never forget the iconic read she gave Kenya about the baby and
She wrote that.
whatever. She
She
did
wrote that.
that, but it's like,
No, I
I'm good
said
on
she wrote
Phaedra.
it. You cannot tell me that she
Oh
didn't write
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. No,
That was
that was
rehearsed.
pre-planned. Yeah, one of her hairstylists gave her that read in the back before she went out there.
Yeah, she rehearsed that because
Yeah.
Phaedra, when she's
It
under
rolled off the
fire,
tongue.
she can't read when she's under fire. Now she's
That's
good in
true.
the confessionals and all
Yeah,
that, but when it comes to like reading in person, she's not that great
that's
to me.
true.
You remember the stuff with when Candy and all that, like she
She was
girl, when
quiet.
she said that, I said, oh, she ain't got nothing to say. Now you mocking people, girl. You ain't got
Yeah,
nothing to
the
say.
cat had her tongue. Yeah, 'cause
Mm-hmm.
she didn't know what to say, and she couldn't say anything because she would have, you know, incriminated herself. So it was like, I'm gonna just sit here and be quiet,
Yeah.
and I'll
But I
talk
mean,
to
in
Portia.
that read with Kenya, she had egg on her face because her husband was totally making things up.
Yes, like both of them, I'm good on. I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Oh
And then
Lord.
even after the man admitted that he lied, you still gonna say, but you were still texting, like you still double down on it. Like that, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way with Phaedra.
Yeah, I mean, I could really talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta all day.
All day.
We're going into the 16th season, so it's so
Yeah.
much stuff that we miss. I loved Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she brought a lot of unique events and things to the show. She made it so that it wasn't just them going out to dinner. They had the Bailey
Mm-hmm.
Bowl. They had, she would do little different
Yeah.
things, and it made it fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Candy she used that platform for 15 seasons, free advertisement, free
For
commercials.
all her businesses.
Shout out to her. If you want to
Yes.
follow a businesswoman's blueprint, follow Candy Burris. Period. She was a teen star who
Yep.
has elevated into so much more. Like, she continues. That's why I don't think she does bad business, because she continues to be blessed and blessed and
Mm-hmm.
blessed. I was a bedroom candy consultant for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, when they first came out, girl, I still got the
Mm-hmm.
box. I ain't do nothing with it, but I had a few parties and it was real fun.
Yeah. I
So
loved it.
yeah, so shout out to her again. She's on tour right now. The bag ain't never gonna stop. The
No.
bag will
And
never stop.
when her stops, her kids are picking up right behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Riley graduating college. Little Ace is acting. And so it's like, it's continuing
Mm-hmm.
on. It's an awesome legacy to watch from Escape all the way up until now. Candy is
Yep.
another icon and legend.
Yes, I will put her up there with on the girls I listed. I would
Yeah.
add her to that long list of reality TV stars, because before she was just, don't think I'm not Candy. She was songwriter Candy,
Mm-hmm.
but now she's created so many avenues. I mean, she has restaurants here, everything. And as much as people tried to hate on her and Todd, they are going strong,
They are
and
going strong.
they've made so much money together. They're now doing plays and productions and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Candy, if you see this, I have written quite the script that I think you'd be interested in, you and Todd. So one day I'm going to pitch that to you, okay?
You should. So dope. I feel like
Yes.
Candy and Cardi B use their reality TV platforms to like launch them into another stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy, where'd she come from? Candy on the business side of things, like you said, with the restaurants, and like she's chasing the EGOT now. So like they're producing Broadway plays, she's acting, she has all the restaurants. She did Bedroom Candy, which I think is still doing like rather well. I think they do big
It is.
numbers. Um, the stuff she has with her husband, and then Cardi, we all know Cardi's story of just being like social media famous as a stripper, like her just in her car telling stories about different
Mm-hmm.
stuff she went through, been through, seen, did, whatever, to being casted on Love and Hip Hop for what, maybe 2 seasons? Like I
Yeah, she
want to
wasn't on
say
there long. She got in and got out.
got in and got out. Everybody on Love and Hip Hop is making an LP, making an album, but Cardi actually did it and it was good and we loved it. And she left the show, and now like I love Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
And she admits that no, I don't write, but I can rap what people write for me. Like I can flow. I have
Mm-hmm.
stage presence. Like I have
Yes,
charisma.
she does.
Everybody loves Cardi. I
Mm-hmm.
love Cardi. She used Love and Hip Hop to like really launch her career.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like you said,
Set her
she got
family.
in, she got out.
Mm-hmm. I respect Cardi B. So now that we're talking about Cardi B, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop. Cardi B, I remember watching, her. Well, I followed her on Instagram before Love and Hip Hop, because I just thought
Mm-hmm.
she was funny. And
Yep.
it's not, I usually don't follow strippers or whatever, but she was funny. She wasn't just
She
a
was
stripper. She was
funny.
cool. And she was raw. She would be on there looking a mess and stuff. And I heard her song, Cheap Ass Weave, and I think she had a song called Whatever. And I was like telling my friends, like, girl, y'all, that girl, she gonna be huge. And they was like, this is okay. I showed them the video and I'm like, no, she gonna be huge. I'm
She
telling
gonna
you,
be
she gonna be
huge.
huge. And I don't know who told me that. If God told me that, my mom told me I said that about Beyonce too when she first came out. And I was like, she's gonna be the biggest. Next year, Bodak Yellow dropped.
Yep.
And all
And
my
it was
friends were like,
over.
that's the same girl. I'm like, I told you she
I
was gonna be
told
big.
y'all.
And Cardi B is here to stay. She is a
Yep.
household name. She will go down as a legend in music, period.
Yep. Period. Me and my sister
I
used
clock.
to share her videos back and forth between each other because, like you said, Cardi was so funny. And I said the
Yeah.
same thing. Like, I
Mhm.
loved everything about her.
It was a breath
Everything
of fresh air from the Nicki.
about
I'm not trying to hit the barbs. Do not come for me. I like who I like. Okay, and I
hmm
am not a big fan of Nicki. Now, can she
I'm not
rap?
either.
Absolutely. I'm not a
Yes.
fan of Nicki. I'm a little Kim girl. Okay, I'm a little Kim Foxy Brown girl.
Period.
But
Yes.
I like Eve. I like people like that. But
Yes.
Nicki to me wasn't personable. She
No.
seemed like she just wasn't personable to me. And that's
hmm
what Cardi B filled that void of a female rapper being fun and funny in herself. Like, we need to see that. We have to see
hmm
who you are. Like, Nicki Minaj is a character to me.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know? It's a character and persona. Like, I have no idea who
hmm
Onika is,
No.
but I know Belle Khalice.
Period.
You know?
Period. We all
Yes,
do. And I love her for that. I love
yes,
her.
yes. So she came on Love and Hip Hop New York seasons in. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
you remember the first season of Love and Hip Hop with Jim Jones and Chrissy and Samaya Reese and Mashonda was actually
Olivia.
Olivia. Yes. Now I listen, I'm about to business. That was my jam. Okay. So I was excited to see Olivia. And then I was like, womp, womp, womp.
Right. I was just about to say. Poor thing.
She wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Rich Dollars she introduced Rich Dollars, which he became a staple on the show. So
Yeah.
um I give her that. But
hmm
the first
Yeah.
couple seasons was like the realest seasons. I felt like it stayed on brand of what the show was about. We had the
Yes.
mama, crazy mama. We
hmm
had, them kind of fighting about getting married and not getting
hmm
married and stuff. And then it just turned into something else.
Yep.
And now it's just about fighting and being ratchet. And where did the shift happen?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't
I feel like the fight happened and everybody was talking about it because Love and Hip Hop and social media were like running, side by side as far as people tweeting about shows they watched and posting and making clips and reposting clips. So like the fighting part of it, I think took off. And
Mhm.
Mona Scott and VH1 was like, "Oh, we've got something here," and they ran with that. Again, like I said about Real Housewives, I feel like they got lazy and it was like, "Oh, this is the formula we're going to run with." They eat it up. Let's just do this, and we'll just move it from city to city to city to city to city to city with the same kind of like blueprint, and it got stale.
Yeah.
But yes, it started out being really cool. I loved it. And Chrissy was like another style icon. I loved her style. Everything about her was so New York and just so fly.
Mhm.
Um,
Her hair.
poor Kimbella, her hair.
Oh
Poor
yeah.
Kimbella. But yeah,
Which I watch it now, and I feel like Kim Bella completely got set up. I don't know if she was
true.
set up by producers or Yandy or both, but
hmm
she was probably told, if you're going to go to this party, you have to tell her about
Yep.
because when I watch it now, she's like, I just want to say this. This is before I didn't know. Like, she's saying it in a sweet way. And then
hmm
Chrissy just goes off. And I don't know if Chrissy saw red because she saw all the women who probably Jim is cheated with or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it really wasn't her place to stomp that girl out.
Exactly. No. I
They
feel
could have
like
kicked her out.
Love and hip hop started the downside of reality TV for me, because I felt like you said, it was set up. All the situations were contrived and thought out and pre-planned. And it's like, when you go in there, I want you to say this, because they know it's going to get XYZ reaction out of anybody. Or even so much so, I'll even take it a step further to say, they all sat down in the room and had a table read. Kimbella's going to come in and say this, and then Chrissy, you going to go off on her. But
Right.
everybody saw dollar signs. So it was like, okay, well, let's do it. And it gave fake. It gave fake.
Yeah, a lot of it gives fake. A lot of it to me is fake. It turned into something that is just inauthentic.
Yes.
At the end of the day, in Hollywood, I remember when that girl found out that guy was gay and she ran out and was crying on the ground and everything. And I'm just like,
girl, stop.
well, you knew. Like, right. I feel like she was hiding her face because she couldn't fake cry for real.
Right.
Like, so now I watch reality TV and I'm always looking for the I'm always giving it the side eye. Like, how many times do you have to do this scene? It can't be real if you do the scenes, but I think where reality TV went wrong from like the early days to now is back in the day, they had cameramen there 24/7, and that was not very cost effective. Right. So now when you film a reality show, it's like, hey, Tracy, you gotta show up at this place. You guys are going to discuss this. You guys have a call time. We're going to film and then you go. That doesn't make it real. It's not scripted, but it's set up.
Yes.
You know, we're going to talk about this, and they'll tell you to bring up something and me to bring up something. And we're here and we're glammed up. We have time. It's like, it takes away from the reality show. So there are still I still like some raw TV sometimes, but we're not going to find that in modern day Black reality TV.
Right. No.
So the reason why I titled this episode Iconic or Bamboozled is because I was inspired by the Spike Lee film Bamboozled that came out in around 2000. It was not received well by the audiences, but I believe that it was because it went over a lot of people's heads and it came out before its time. Make a long story short, Bamboozled is about a TV producer played by Damon Wayans who works for this TV channel company. It's kind of like an MTV or something. The head of the label or the TV network is Michael Rappaport, and Damon Wayans is creating all these quality television shows like a Cosby Show or anything like that. And Michael Rappaport is shutting them down. Like, you need more, you need to do this, you need to do that. He doesn't want to make ignorant TV. He wants to make TV that is helpful to the Black community. So he's trying to get out of his contract. So he creates the most ridiculous show in the world. He gets these guys who are off the street, who are homeless. Well, I don't know if they're homeless, they're very poor. They're a tap dancer, whatever. It's Tommy Davidson and Savion Glover. He offers them a bunch of money to become Mantan, and I cannot remember the other names, but as you can see, it's a very minstrel show. They basically put on a modern day minstrel show, have the blackface. They show how they made the coal and that they put on their face, do the red lips, do the white gloves, everything. So when they first come out, people are shocked and appalled, like, what is this? But after it goes on, it becomes a phenomenon. Everybody starts dressing with the blackface and oh, sweet, I forgot what they was doing, but it was super bad. They had the watermelons and the pickaninnies and the so he is shocked that this show is so successful. And he doesn't want to do it anymore. He's in over his head, and it all kind of implodes at the end. So to me, that describes reality television. Black people in reality television started off real raw, where people were trying to We were trying to bring things with substance and quality. And then we get into the modern day minstrel shows. And what I mean by that is you have the whores and the strip. I don't want to call strippers whores, but you know what I mean? Like the sexually driven
Yes.
storylines, the single mothers and the bad absentee fathers, the cheaters, the beaters, all of that. That is Zeus Network, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's gone from, you see the transition from a show like Love and Hip Hop, where it started out a little like, oh, this is a little ratchet, to now it's fully ratchet.
Full on
And
ratchet.
get into the Zeus, and now that's TV, and it's totally gone too far. It has gone too far. So, what do you think is going to happen? Is there an end cap on this? Is there like how much worse? Because I can't see it getting any worse. Like, what are people going to do on TV? I mean, we don't fight like that. And now it makes it seem
No.
like we fight everywhere. And I think that is making it acceptable for young kids to think that that's how they have to solve problems, that they have to throw drinks and throw hands and, square up. I need to get my fade. Like, no, you don't.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
you got to pick your battles. You don't have to fight every day.
Exactly. I feel like two things can be true.
Okay.
It can be iconic and we've been bamboozled. I feel like we grow out of it. I think about like the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
How wholesome and regular daytime talk show Jerry Springer used to be. And then for whatever reason, somebody ended up fighting on the show and it went crazy. And so it completely changed its platform and message. And it just became, how ridiculous can these stories get? And how can we get these people to fight? And we loved it. We tuned into it. It makes me think about how Black people are held to a different standard than other races, because it was okay for Jerry Springer to do that and he didn't get any backlash. It didn't mean that every white talk show host that came out after that, their show had to be that. I feel like we are always held to a different standard. We're always put in a box. And when we do one thing that takes off, we all have to do that same thing until we outgrow it and the next best thing comes along. So that sucks, of course, because it's like we had Run's House, we had the Deion Sanders show, we had people like Heather B, and Tammy on The Real World, like showing, like I said earlier, we're not a monolith. We had Karama, we had all variations of us. Some of us are ratchet, some of us are not. Some of us fight, some of us do not. Some of us, are married to the fathers of our children. And you know what I mean? Like, not that it's wrong if you're not, but there's just so many different variations out there. But the only thing the networks want to see is the ratchet part, the parts that fit the stereotype. I feel like eventually we grow out of it. Like, that's not entertaining to me anymore. I don't like watching all the arguing and the fighting and the drink throwing and all that. I want to see a foundation or a fundraiser or you doing something to give back to the community. I want to see Candy starting a business and then actually seeing that business in the brick and mortar form in real life. Like, you're not just starting a business for this show. Like, it's a real business that's there and thriving that I can physically see, touch, go to, not joggers, spring, summer, Sheree Whitfield. Like, I want to see the real thing that you're working on. Like, that's what appeals to me. So I feel like there's an audience for everything. And that's why I say two things can be true, because there's an audience for the ratchetry. And I feel like it's up to parents and elders and mentors, whoever, to let these kids know that this is fake. This is not real life. We find it funny, we find it entertaining, but this isn't how things work in the real world. So don't expect to live your life like this. This is not real. They're doing this for a check. Somebody told them to go in there and say that to that girl to make her start fighting. I think it's up to parents and people that are in charge of these kids to let them know that this is not real. And if you want to watch it, whatever. But like how our parents used to tell us, TV's going to rot your brain. That's all you want to do is watch TV. Yeah. So we have to parent our children. and just fight to be in more creative spaces. Like Tracy Edmonds being an executive producer of College Hill was like dope. Like we need to have a broadened horizon, because I really do feel like Mona Scott started out with something amazing, but then she was bamboozled because the money was so good that
The money is good.
she ended up exploiting like all these people and getting them to do the thing that the white people like, or not even white people, just the things that we like and find entertaining to a certain degree, and make your show be just that. And
Right.
I just feel like we need to be in more head spaces, more creative spaces, to be able to put different things out there for people to see, because it does get redundant and mundane. And
Very
it's problematic. It's problematic.
It is. I don't mind the conflict if there is resolution.
Yes.
So if you show people how to fix whatever is, because people gonna beef, personality issues. I get that. I get that, but there needs to be some type of resolution, some type of healthy, like it needs to be a yin and a yang, And I feel like with Lemmy at Zeus, he started out, if you scroll down Zeus far enough, you can see the shows he started doing. And those weren't like how it is now.
Yeah.
And now it's completely ridiculous. It's like every episode, all they do is fight. I'm like, what is the point of baddies? Like, really, what is the point? Do we know?
I don't.
To do your big one, to fight. That's it. And it's kind of sad, because you would think that we were looking at women that were like 25. Natalie is 40.
That's ridiculous. Like I said, we outgrow certain things. I'm 40 and that doesn't appeal to me anymore.
I could not be somewhere. I like peace. I don't have drama in my life.
No, period.
I swear. And I'm allergic to it. I don't want any drama. I'm serious. Like, it just makes my nerves bad. It just doesn't, I don't like conflict. So I can't imagine being Natalie and feeding into that. But it's the money. The money is
the money.
The root of all force. It is. And I wish we could get out of that. Hopefully, like you said, it'll get old and there'll be a shift sometimes. I don't think anything just lasts forever, but I hope that it doesn't come with a huge price. It's going to take somebody, God forbid, passing away or something controversial like that to happen to make like, okay, maybe we need to reevaluate, these things, because look at Krishan and Blueface. They're both in jail.
Whew. Yeah.
Krishan, your hometown hero.
No, ma'am. Whenever I see that name or I scroll, like you said, I'm allergic to it. I can't. Those are the things that I have on mute or I have turned off, because I just can't. Like, it just got so bad. Like, what? And so many people are here for it, though. Like, they live for the antics. I'm with you. I'm not with you. I'm pregnant by you, but now I'm not gonna let you see the baby. Now we about to fight, and while I'm holding the baby, like, I can't. Like you said, my nerves get bad. I can't do it. I scroll so fast. It's like I don't want to know. If I find out, it's because somebody has told me about it or whatever. But like, I just don't subscribe to that stuff anymore. I can't.
I thought she was going to be a Cinderella story, if you will. I thought she was the baby and I would have loved to seen the growth of her, honestly. Because she was an athlete. She was so, like, if you look at her old videos, you're like, wow, she doesn't even talk the same,
Nope.
She was so pretty and kind of pure, but she just went on a even further decline after she had the baby. So if she would have bossed up after having her baby, left Blueface alone, rebranded herself like Black China has, then that would be different. I would be like, you know what, go Krishan, but that's not what we see. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. It is a mess. Okay, so today we are going to introduce our throwback of the day, and this comes from one of the iconic reality TV shows that we talked about. Maybe you missed it, maybe you didn't, but Miss Tyra Banks dropped a single. She promoted this whole like project that she was doing, but I think she got embarrassed and cringed out and just let it go. But I like the song, and it is called Shake Your Body, and it was produced by Ronnie Jerkins, written by LaShawn Daniels. Check it out right now. 2. Okay, eyes.
That's right. The eyes.
Okay. You got on my nose.
So cute. Go ahead, Tyra.
Okay, baby can't dance.
No,
baby
no,
can't
she was
dance.
trying. She was
trying. She can model dance. You know how like she knows
Right.
how to do her little
right,
body
exactly, to get a picture.
Yes, and she rocking it straight back. She said, "Let's pull this wig
Yes,
off."
that was cute. That was cute.
Face card not declining. All right.
Never.
My wig is laid, bro.
I was gonna say that color too is everything on her skin.
Ooh, that lace. I think that was her voice.
Shout out to Dark Child. That beat goes hard.
Yes.
Crunchy.
It is. Gotta have the water.
Got it. I was gonna say it's definitely given early 2000s vibes.
Yeah. Body.
In that bathing suit.
Hey, so thank you guys for sitting and listening to us today. Just yab and gab about reality TV. List some of your iconic moments in the comments. Who did we miss? Who did you wish we would have talked about? Maybe we'll bring them up in a later episode. But this was really fun talking about all of this. And I'm probably going to watch some reality TV shows tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, have a good day. Signing off.
You too. Until next time. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye.